Hey, this is going to be a training video on Focus One. So you're going to log into Focus One. Okay, when you're logged into Focus One, it'll say active request down here. You're going to click on that. Okay, and the biggest thing with Focus One, guys, is again, these are going to be manual entry jobs. You're going to have to add, if you're interested in these jobs, you don't necessarily have to add them in to run a pay package, but if you have somebody interested that you're going to send an application, you're going to have to manual entry these jobs in. And I indicate that in the first video in Parallon on how to manually entry a job in, so just refer to that video as far as how to do that process. But I'm going to kind of go over how to kind of maneuver around Focus One. It's pretty easy for the most part. The one thing that I will indicate is sometimes the bill rate is a little bit hard. So if you come over here to, let's just say, Hazard, Kentucky, you click on this job, for example, come over here, you go to View, Request, click on this, okay? And it'll tell you, Focus One normally gives two rates. They give the AP rate and they give the hospital rate, okay? The one thing that I want to tell you is we're going on the hospital rate, okay? So we're going on the hospital rate, which is 69, and we're running it at a 5% vendor fee, okay? Because Focus One is 5%. So if you go to 69, okay, and you do a 5% vendor fee, that will work, okay? So again, you're going on the hospital rate, which is 69, and a 5% vendor fee, okay? Now, the confusing part, and I wanted to kind of go over this, is Hazard and Beckley, West Virginia. Those are like the two that I can think of that are 36 48-hour work week, okay? So one week they're going to be 36, another week they're going to be 48. Okay, so what that means to you is the system doesn't know how to run 48 hours as of the present moment. So I'm going to teach you how to come up with a 36 48-hour pay package real quick. Okay, so say for example, I'm going to already come to the that you know how to do this. And for this example, I'm going to do it again because we're going to have to put this job in. Well, I take that back. We can actually. I'm going to put the job in again for you real quick, just so that you can kind of see how I'm doing it again. It's Hazard. I think it's actually Appalachian is the name of the facility. Come back over here. Name of facility. They are right up here. Hazard ARHF Medical Center. So go up here, copy that information. I'm just putting this again. I'm not going to go over this because I kind of go over this. Hazard Hazard. And the other video, I'm just going to do this so that you know how to do it. MedTele. Okay, shifts, night shift, and they're 12 hours. And 69 is the hospital rate. And come over here to Focus One, 5%. And I think, what is their start date? Start date is 4/15 or 4/29 starts. Okay. 3 positions. So if you want to add the positions, they got 3 positions open. And here's their start date. Okay, and go to submit. I mean, you could put in the details if you want for the job, which are these. You can just copy this if you want, just so that you have a record of you can kind of look back without. And go to submit. Okay, so for this job, they want, and it's important, Hazard and Beckley are very, very fussy about their requirements. So they want to make sure that they've got at least 2 years of experience. They have their ACLS, their BLS. their NAHSS, their hazard is very, very picky on that. So just make sure that you go over all the requirements for this position. But what I wanted to show you is how to run a 48-hour pay package. Okay, so again, you added in hospital rate 69. Come over here, run a pay package. Okay, now with hazard, I always run my pay packages at 15% margin with hazard because the rates are really good. So that's going to get you more money. Again, you don't have to. You can run at 14, but I feel like you can get away with it at 15%. So for this example, I'm going to use 15%. All right, I think that was set at 94. I'm going to come over here to calculate. Okay, come over here to calculate. Now scroll down, calculate. Now again, if you did that, we put all the rates in there. We're not kind of touching any of this stuff here, and coming down and going to down here. You're going to go type in where it says OT value and OT time. You're going to type in 4, and then over here you're going to type in 8, and you're going to go to calculate. Okay. Now, this is just for 36 48-hour pay packages, all right? And you're going to have to do a little bit of manual math because our system doesn't recognize this, but this is like the best way, the easiest way to do it. So I got my good old calculator here. Okay, so on a 36-hour pay package, their weekly gross is going to be this amount, okay? 1780.92 weekly gross. Okay, on 36 hours. On the 48, what you're going to do is you're going to take this 1780.92 and you're going to plus 430.92 because they're going to get for the every 48 hours they're going to get this extra shift with this, which is $430.92. So for this example, we're going to go 1780. 0.92 plus 430.92 equals. Okay, so what you can do is this is your weekly gross 1780 with the 36, and the 48 hours is going to be 2,211.84 on the 48. Again, you put in 4 and the 8 in here, and you want to calculate. It spits you out the extra shift. You calculated this number again with this number, and that gives you the pay package on the 48s. Okay, and what I normally do, so let's just say I'm going to send this application. I normally do this. I normally do on the pay package just so the candidate understands. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 1780.92 on you can type worked, you could just put 36 hours worked, and then you come back here to the number 2000. Okay, where's my calculator? 2,211.84. 2,211. Hope that I did that. I think I did that right. 2,211.84. 48 hours worked. And then I type in save note. Okay? Save note. And then I write in the pay, in here what the bill rate is. Again, the same thing I would for candidate. But save note, put your comments in here, and then go to once you save this, go to job quote, and it'll save it. And that way they know, okay, how many hours they're going to work on the 36 and how many hours they're going to work on the 48. Okay, that's the best way that I can tell you guys right now to run that for the candidates. If you see it's a 36, 48, that's what that means. Okay, I showed you how to put it in there, and you're going to save note and run the pay package. Okay, and it's just adding that extra shift up with this number to get you the 48. All right. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but that's how we're going to have to run. When you see jobs in here for Kentucky, which are Hazard and Beckley, West Virginia, it'll say on there 36-48 schedule. 36-36 guaranteed, meaning the 36-36 schedule is guaranteed. Usually they work 1 week, 36 1 week, 48 hours another week. Okay, and make sure they have all the certification. Now, again, Hazard is. I want to say this real quick. Focus One usually works pretty quickly. They move quickly, but Hazard and Beckley are kind of hard areas to staff. I do have nurses there that are good nurses, but I will say housing can be tricky there. They do paper charting, last I heard there. So just kind of throw this out to them. I have no problem submitting to the candidate, but housing, it's out in the middle of nowhere, Hazard, Kentucky. So make sure that they are on board with that before you submit them, and before they even, make sure they looked into housing and make sure that they're okay with out in the middle of nowhere. Housing can be challenging. Cell phones sometimes don't work in that area again, but the pay packages are good. So I kind of want to give you the goods and the bads with Kentucky and Beckley. Okay, so that's that part of it. I showed you how to do a 36, 48-hour pay package. We're going to come back and look at some more jobs. Again, view, and it tells you how many open positions are open. Again, Hazard's very picky on the time off. So if the candidate needs more than a couple days off, I wouldn't even submit them to Hazard. They're very picky on that. But the whole point of this video is show you how to run a 36, 48-hour pay package, how to scroll through some of the job information. Again, you will have to manually enter the job in for these jobs, and how to find the job data. So you come over here. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Again, so it'll tell you, okay, here's $66.50 an hour. That's going to be the bill rate on that job. So sometimes they give the AP rate and the hospital rate, and other times you just this is your bill rate. So it's going to be $66.50 an hour. Again, at 5% vendor fee when you run the pay package. Okay. And sometimes there's things listed under here. The rate sheet. If there's ever not a rate in here, you're going to go over here to rate sheet. Okay. Click on here, and you're going to have to match it up with what they are. Okay, and you're always looking under affiliate provider bill rate. Okay, you're not looking under this rate. You're looking under affiliate bill provider rate. Okay, and you're going to try to match it. If they're a PACU, it's going to be 63, 65. Again, if this isn't listed, you're going to go in here and try to find the bill rate. Focus One sometimes is a little bit hard to to find. So that's why I'm kind of going over this information so that you have an understanding of what bill rates you're going to be doing, how to run a 36, 48-hour pay package, and how to, manual entry the job in. And that's pretty much it, guys, with Focus One. They're pretty quickly. They move pretty quickly when you submit. We do need all the appropriate information as far as, all the rest of the information. Here's a good one, Harlem, Kentucky. Anything in Kentucky usually moves pretty quickly. Again, hospital rate, 69. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do. This is not 36-48. The only one, 36-48, again, I want to stress, is Hazard and Beckley, West Virginia. Those are usually the only 36, 48-hour pay packages. The rest of them, you're not going to have to worry about that. But I did want to kind of show you how to run those pay packages in case you had to do that. Okay, make sure they have all these, position requirements in here, things like that. Other than that, that should be good. You should know how to manually enter a job. You should know how to do 36, 48-hour pay package, and how to find a bill rate under this rate sheet if it's not listed in there. Hopefully that was a help for you guys.